Just this week, Amanda Berry and two other women have been found alive after being held captive for many years. I think Amanda Berry was held for about 10 years. In 2004, Amanda Berry's mother, Luana Miller, went on the Montel Williams show to have a reading done by world-famous psychic Sylvia Browne. In that reading, Sylvia Browne told Luana Miller in no uncertain terms that her daughter was dead. And from what I've read, that Amanda Berry's mother, Luana, was never the same after that. It left her emotionally devastated, and I think people said she was just in a wreck. And she died, I think in 2006 of a heart attack. Now, of course, we cannot blame Sylvia Browne for the heart attack, but what we can blame Sylvia Browne for is the unnecessary emotional devastation and turmoil she put a woman through who was just searching for her daughter. The fact is, this is not entertainment, this isn't a joke. You're dealing with people who, dealing with real life, really the most devastating thing, losing a child or having a child missing and not knowing where that child is. Luana Miller had exhausted all leads by the time she went on the Montel Williams show. She, tried to regenerate media interest in the case, try to get, the police to do a bit more, but, to no avail. And so she turned to Sylvia Browne as a last-ditch effort. And we can see how that went. This case is just really a clear illustration of the inherent harm posed by psychics. They're not helping anyone, they're just taking advantage of the gullible and the grieving. The truth of the matter is that these people are, in my opinion, charlatans. They are not they are, just creating more despair. And the answers and the predictions and the readings they provide are so general that they can provide to anyone. The sad fact is that Sylvia Browne's most dedicated fans and followers will still believe in her. They will just discard all the disconfirming evidence of, her readings and whatever. The Committee for Skeptical Inquiry did an investigation into the readings that Sylvia Browne did on the Montel Williams show. They looked at about 115 cases of, I think, missing persons. I'm going to read the summary, or my summary of the findings, because I think it just illustrates how good Sylvia Browne's readings are. The research demonstrates that in 115 cases, all the available readings, Browne's confirmable accuracy was 0%. 90 out of the 115 cases have unknown outcomes. In the 115 available cases, Browne was correct 0 times and wrong 25 times. In other words, she has no accuracy rate to speak of. And this is from the available transcripts that they could gather from the Montel Williams show. So it just clearly shows this person's accuracy rate. But aside from Sylvia Browne, from all of that, what's also interesting is there's been no comment from all the other famous skeptics. And yes, not skeptics, psychics. I'm talking about the likes of James van Praagh, John Edward, Rose Miatia, just those, just to name a few. Why haven't they said anything about this? And I think it's because it reflects as much on them as it does for Sylvia Browne. The fact is that they are playing and screwing around with vulnerable people who are just searching for answers. And it's just really disgusting, and it needs to stop. All of these people need to take up the James Randi $1 million challenge. And that challenge is to demonstrate supernatural or paranormal abilities under acceptable scientific observation. Sylvia Browne has been dodging this challenge for about 10 years, and so have these other psychics that I've mentioned. And I think either you take the test or you just stop doing practicing this trait. It's as simple as that. Even if you don't like James Randi, get some other reputable scientist to perform the test. And I think they don't want to do that because they'll probably be... I think I know what the answer will be, but I think they know they will be exposed. The other thing in this whole case is the media's promotion of psychics. To a greater degree, we're talking Montel Williams, and to a lesser degree, Larry King, as well as what's his name, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil recently, I think, had John Edward on his show. By having these people on their show, they lend credibility to these people. And so gullible and grieving people watch these shows and think, oh, she's on Montel Williams, oh, he's on Dr. Phil. These people must be legit, they must be credible, they must be good. And so Larry King and all these people, they have a duty and responsibility to their audience to educate them and to show them how easy it is to do psychic readings. You know, explain to your audience what cold reading is, what hot reading is, what the confirmation bias is. The vast majority of people watching this show don't know that. And this is what I'm trying to say. When you put these people on your show, you're just as responsible as the psychic for doing the readings. And so, all these, the Dr. Phil, Larry King, and especially Montel Williams should apologize and be ashamed of having these people on their show, because they give these people a wider platform and a wider audience to weave their magic. And it's just time that it stops. A poor woman was probably went to her deathbed believing that her daughter was dead, and it's just disgusting and despicable. I just hope that this is the beginning of the end, and that psychics are no longer on television. And this case is just such a good illustration of why psychics should not be in the media, should not be on television, and should be banished from society. They are just playing with people's emotions, and I think it's got to stop. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. If you want to criticize me for this video, just before I go away, I don't want any personal attacks, and please provide rational and reasonable arguments if you want me to respond. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.